We begin tonight at 6, mapping out another violent weekend here in Indianapolis. Tonight, Metro Police are investigating at least 8 separate shootings over the weekend. In all, a dozen people shot, 6 of them killed. And all of this comes after a week of police and community leaders pushing for peace.
The message seemingly not resonating with everyone over the weekend. Ashton Hackman explains it's not just police and families of the victims now that are feeling the impact of this violence.
As the coroner for Marion County, being around death is part of the job for Alfie McGinty.
This job is very heavy. We are coming in contact with people who are encountering the worst day of their life.
28 years in her field, she says the victims seem to get younger, the number of families impacted growing.
We know that now the majority of those that die between 13 and 18 died to homicides and gunshot wound injuries.
Teen gun violence is a problem plaguing Indianapolis. Of the 6 people shot and killed in the city this weekend, 3 of the victims were younger than 16. The youngest was just 2 years old. It was the 4th weekend clouded with the aftermath of gun violence.
Sometimes our weekends are sort of dreaded because we don't know, what is going to happen. What is making our young people, or even people in general, become less patient in the way in which they deal with confrontation.
Homicide numbers, though, are down significantly from around this time last year, a nearly 30% drop through July 1st. The coroner says overall death investigations are also down, dropping nearly 3% last year.
That's always good when we see decreases in death investigations.
Although the number of death investigations taking place every year is slowly on the decline, it's still having an emotional toll on the coroner and her staff.
Dealing with death on a regular basis, sometimes I have to pull some of my staff and just say, you need to take some time.
A coroner not only handling the county's death investigations, but playing her part in finding potential solutions to the gun violence. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
City County Council will consider changes to the city's curfew later this week. The meeting is Wednesday at 5:30. Public comment is welcome. We've got more information about it. If you'd like to go online right now, just go to WTHR.com. And happening right now, IMPD is teaming up with other groups for a community conversation about homicides.
And this meeting is just getting underway. IMPD and other law enforcement agencies give families a look into the process of their investigations, so the community can share concerns, ask questions, and interact with the people who are directly running these investigations.
So this conversation tonight, where the people are just filling in, is taking place at the Southeast Community Services. That's on Shelby Street, and it runs from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock tonight. Again, the public is welcome. Conversation is crucial.
And now to a major breakthrough in a 3 decades old cold case in Franklin.
Little baby Hope was found dead in a trash can, stabbed to death. That discovery was made back in 1994. And ever since there, the community has been searching for answers. Well, some came today. Franklin police announcing today that DNA technology has helped identify baby Hope's parents. Her mom, they say, is Cheryl Dawn Larson. She passed away back in 2018. Larson's then husband, Richard N. Lawson, is not the baby's father.
DNA reveals that Paul R. Shepard is baby Hope's biological father. Police say he's been cooperating. Authorities believe sharing these names will finally give baby Hope justice.
We're learning new details tonight in the shooting death of a 19-year-old that occurred back in 2019. Police tonight are saying they have 2 suspects, both already serving jail time for unrelated crimes. Police tell us officers found Rodney Mitchell III unresponsive along the banks of the White River back in December of 2019. According to court documents, Alexander Russell allegedly shot and killed Mitchell after posing as Mitchell's ex-girlfriend. Detectives say DNA helped lead them to a second man, Jonathan Hayes, who admitted to being with Russell the night of the murder. He says he saw Russell get out of his car before hearing gunshots. Both of those men tonight are charged with murder. The WNBA All-Star Game comes to Indianapolis this weekend. And tonight at 6, we're getting a look at how our city is getting ready to keep everybody safe. Our Anna Chalker joins us live tonight from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Hey, Anna.
Hey there, Scott and Ann. Most city leaders are telling us they're expecting tens of thousands of people downtown this weekend. Right now, I'm about one of 20 people out here inside of Gainbridge, but it's going to be packed here throughout the weekend. Most of these events, they start Friday night, but we know that we'll be seeing some patrols from IMPT earlier throughout the weekend. I want to show you why. This colorful map on your screen right now, this is where everything is going to be hosted downtown this weekend. The biggest closures you want to be aware of, that's over on Georgia Street, and Gamebridge will host the skills events like the three-point competition and then the All-Star Game on Saturday. But there are other events going on like Fever Fest and the WNBA Live at the Convention Center and many more as well. The biggest piece of advice from city leaders, plan ahead and get downtown early. And this is the first time Indy is hosting the WNBA All-Star Game, and city leaders say they're excited to welcome the best in the league here to the city.
And even more exciting is the fact that 3 of our talented Indiana Fever players will play to win for Team Clark. With the WNBA All-Star Weekend and Indiana Black Expo's summer celebration, these will be a few busy days downtown.
Like the mayor mentioned, this is a busy weekend here for the city, and I want to show you one resource that's going to be helpful for you if you're going to be down here. This is the WNBA Events app. This is your one-stop shop for everything All-Star related. As you can see, there's a know before you go section. You can also find tickets to Fever Fest and to the WNBA live event at the Convention Center there. Also finding out when you're going to be able to see appearances from players, because some of them will be able to meet you, the fans, out here this weekend. But there's so much going on. We have all the road closures, everything you need to know from this app, and other events that really are going on all throughout the community. You can find that right now on our website, WTHR.com.
Imagine a lot of people are going to be using that resource. Anna Chalker outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I love that playbook. So much more going on than I realized. And the weather is going to be an issue.
It is, because it's going to be warm, it's going to be muggy. We will be dodging storm chances, so our typical summertime pattern that we've been in the last couple of weeks will continue. Temperatures right now in the low to mid 80s. We're up to 86 degrees at the Country Club of Indy. We have 85 Bunker Hill and 82 degrees in Connorsville. Dew point temperatures sitting in that uncomfortable range. They're going to go even higher over the next 7 days, so it is going to be very, very muggy. We get to that miserable line and actually go above it in the 7-day forecast. So we encourage you to take precautions from the high heat, high humidity. Radar is clear right now, so outdoor plans this evening are a go. We'll stay in the low to mid 80s through sunset. Overnight temperatures only dropping into the low 70s. That's how we'll start our Tuesday. Partly cloudy skies. Clouds increase midday and anytime after about 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. A few storms around. I'll have that local timeline in a few minutes.
All right, see you in a little bit, Angela. Thanks. Tonight at 6, a local woman is speaking out about allegations of misconduct against a member of the Democratic Party.
She sat down for a one-on-one conversation with Marina Silva as she speaks publicly about her life.
This photo taken of newly elected Democratic Indianapolis City County Councilor Keith Graves and party volunteer Lauren Embry is the day they met in 2019. Embry was 24 when she started volunteering in politics. That's when she says she met Graves and their relationship started. She says he lied to her about his age, and in time, she says he took advantage of her. Embry describes one encounter where she claims he wrapped his hands around her neck. She never spoke up about it publicly until recently.
This has been incredibly difficult to speak up. I am still stumbling over my words. I am still shaking. When I talk, I am holding back tears because I don't want to appear weak.
Graves denies Embry's allegations of trying to pin her down, but admits they had a relationship. The counselor sent 13 News a statement saying, in part, what was once viewed as a mutual and respectful relationship is now being portrayed in a very different way, and this development discourages me. I have never behaved in a manner that jeopardizes the safety or comfort of others. Last week, when the allegations surfaced, Graves stepped down from his role as the chair of the Education Committee, but remains in the Democratic caucus and on council committees. In Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.